Morning guys, so this is the big Homestead House kitchen and we have the Elmira back in. We used this for 2 or 3 years as the only heat source for our house, and I have been using it in the tiny cabin. We've been using the propane fixture on it. That is propane. Oh, we've got a kitty outside that's sad. This is the propane fixture and it works better than our electric range that's also in here. And you can bake in the oven, and then it has the warming ovens on it like this. And generally I have a rack that sits overhead that we put wool in to dry and other things like that. We use it to dehydrate, so we have a little shelf that hangs over the top that we just used as shelving unit, and that's it. We don't have it plumbed in right now, but I'm going to be talking about it over the next little bit. But we're not planning on having that be the source of heat for this house. We're planning down here at the base of the stairs, we have what we called the freezer room. And what we're going to do is Darwin over at Honeydew Carpenter is going to get the rocket mass heater and put it through the window with an insert chimney up the side of the house. And we're going to put a rocket stove in here, a rocket mass heater with a bench that wraps around like that. See if I can come out here to where you can see. I really can't. So, rocket mass heater in that corner, bench that wraps around like this. We'll take the heating, the floorboard heating out, and that way the heat from the rocket mass heater will go directly up the stairs. And we're going to experiment with the rocket mass heater in here for heating this year. That's our Fisher, but it was never very efficient. It took like 9 cord of wood to heat this house with that Fisher the first year, and it's why we got the Elmira. So until we get that one, I don't know, I'm tempted to just sell that one because it's not really usable. It's so inefficient, but it's so pretty right there. It's hard to just take it out. We're going to have 3 wood stoves in here by the time Darwin's finished. And I'm kind of excited with all the experimentation we have coming. We have used primarily, almost solely, wood heat ever since we've lived in this house. Same thing out in the tiny cabin. And there's a little bit of a view of what's coming. But it's a fantastic stove. It's nice to have a wood cook stove. The one thing is when you slow it down enough so that it doesn't heat you out of the house, but it's a high enough heat to cook with, you get a lot of creosote with a conventional wood stove. So we had to clean out our chimney for this stove every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks we had to get up there, and we did have chimney fires, and it was scary. The scariest part was that when you try to smolder a fire down, when you try and bank it down at night so that you can sleep and it's not too hot and it keeps you warm all night, it smokes a lot. There's not enough oxygen. It doesn't burn clean enough. And it was at night when we'd already gone to bed that we always had chimney fires because we put more wood in and we'd bank it down, and then you get creosote. We've never had creosote in the rocket mass heater since we've had the Aircrete chimney, which is a double wall chimney with Aircrete poured around the rim. It's not too heavy, even though it's concrete. It's Aircrete, so it's super light, but super insulative so that when it's really cold outside, your chimney still stays hot, it still flues, you don't get chimney fires. So, super excited. Make sure to go check out the Honeydew Carpenter. It should be within the next month that we have that in, so go check him out. And if you're interested in things that are about homesteading, we have books on our Etsy store for homesteading animals, poultry, pigs, goats, and rabbits. So make sure to go check that out. If you're interested in off-grid cooking, we do have solar ovens on our Etsy store. The American Sun oven is the one that we sell, and we adore it. It is out. Mine is out in my smokehouse right now. If I can get out. I need to change the doorknobs on the whole house. They're all broken. Hi, kitty. So there's our smokehouse. Also where I dry wool when the wood stove isn't going. Also where we hang and smoke meat. Also the summer kitchen. So my Sun oven is out there. It takes me less than a minute to set it up, and it's just as fast as any other type of cooking. Not quite as fast as a pressure cooker, but as fast as anything else is like a conventional way to cook. And it looks like we're going to have a beautiful day. There is the, well, part of the food forest. Let's see if I can turn a little bit so you can see the rest. There's more of the food forest, so hopefully you're enjoying coming along for the ride. It doesn't get more complicated by having these cool tools or having so many of them. It just gives you a lot of options. So, one of these days I also need to go out and show you the hand pump for our well. Should have to you before, but haven't for a bit. So anyway, yay, it's so good to have her back. We'll talk to you later.